The night hung heavy with the weight of secrets, its darkness concealing more than just the stars. As I wandered the deserted streets, a chill wind whispered tales of the unknown, stirring the leaves into a ghostly dance. My footsteps echoed against the pavement, each one a hesitant beat in the silence. I had always been drawn to the mysteries that lurked in the shadows, but little did I know that tonight I would become entangled in the web of an urban legend that would haunt me forever. It began innocently enough, with a casual conversation overheard at a dimly lit cafe. A group of friends huddled together, their voices low as they exchanged stories of the supernatural. My curiosity piqued. I edged closer, eager to catch every word. And that's when I first heard about the legend of Whispering Shadows. According to local lore, Whispering Shadows was a phenomenon that occurred only on the darkest nights of the year, when the veil between the living and the dead was said to be at its thinnest. It was said that if one were to wander the streets alone at the stroke of midnight, they would encounter the shadows themselves, whispering secrets of the past and the future. As someone who had always been fascinated by the paranormal, I couldn't resist the urge to investigate further. With a sense of excitement tinged with trepidation, I set out into the night, the tales of whispering shadows swirling in my mind like mist. The streets were deserted, the only sound the soft rustle of leaves beneath my feet. I glanced up at the moon, its pale light casting long shadows that seemed to stretch and reach out towards me. Goosebumps prickled my skin as I quickened my pace, the sense of unease growing with every step. And then, just as the clock struck midnight, I saw it. A shadow, darker than the night itself, slithering across the pavement like a serpent. My heart leaped into my throat as I watched, frozen in place, as the shadow coalesced into a figure before me. It was a woman, her features obscured by the darkness, her eyes pools of inky blackness that seemed to swallow the light around them. I tried to speak, to ask who she was and what she wanted, but my voice caught in my throat. And then she spoke. Her voice was like the whisper of the wind through the trees, soft and ethereal, yet filled with a sense of ancient sorrow. She spoke of things long forgotten, of lost loves and broken dreams, of secrets buried beneath the earth. I listened, transfixed, as she wove her tales, each word like a thread in the fabric of the night. And as she spoke, I felt something stir within me, a deep-seated longing for something I couldn't name. But then, as suddenly as she had appeared, the woman vanished, her shadow melting back into the darkness. I stood there for a moment, the echoes of her words still ringing in my ears, before I turned and made my way home. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake the memory of that encounter from my mind. Who was the woman in the shadows, and what did her words mean? Was she a ghost, a figment of my imagination, or something else entirely? I may never know the truth, but one thing is certain. The legend of Whispering Shadows will continue to haunt me, its secrets buried deep within the recesses of my soul, waiting to be uncovered once more on the darkest nights of the year.